Hey boys, I'm here at the Bacchus Bar in Birmingham. I'm with Phil Smith, my graphic designer. He's absolutely wonderful from Sushi Design. He's a very cool cat. So Phil, what ideas did you have for my business cards?
One of the things that I picked up on was this catchphrase, or the phrase that's used in a lot of your marketing, which is "he knows," which I think is quite sort of evocative. This question of like, what does he know, or like, how does he know it? So one of the core concepts I've had throughout a lot of it is the idea that one side of the business card would have this almost ambiguous phrase on it, and not necessarily any specific details to say like you're a mind reader or a mentalist in any way. And the reverse side of it would then carry the information. And it's a nice sort of lead in when you give somebody something like that. If it's an ambiguous concept, hopefully it'll engage them to start a mental process where they will ask questions to themselves about what that means, and then be led into maybe asking you or investigating the design work yourself more to find out exactly perhaps what it is that you know. What do you know?
What do I know? That's the question.
Who knows?
What the hell do I know?
The brief was very open. It was essentially that it needs to be funky and trendy. So one of the things that's quite current at the moment, and is something that I've been interested in for a while, is stencil graffiti, which is the work people like Banksy do. It's actually a lot bigger on the continent than it is over here, but it's quite cool, and it has this feel of being underground. So I've done a couple of concepts with He Knows, and I produced a sort of stencil-esque image of your face.
What about cardstock as well?
A cardstock. This is probably the nerdiest thing that you'll ever have anybody talk about on your vlog. I think your voyeurs will probably phase out if I start talking about what GSM or manufacturer of cardstock will use, but suffice to say, I think I've got something up my sleeves that you're going to love and that your voyeurs are going to be very excited about if they give even half a hoot about cardstock.
So what's hot in the world of design right now, Phil?
Pretty tricky to answer that one, Paul. One of the hottest things at the moment is what they call grunge design, and that's fonts and textures and images that look like they've been aged. I think we've reached a point where digital is so prevalent, people are looking for some kind of an analog solution, and it replicates that.
What annoys you when you surf the internet?
Flash loading screens, when there's an animation when you hit the site, sites that don't work properly, things where you have to download a proprietary plugin that doesn't run on a Mac, which is what I run, things which crash the browser, vlogs.
Nice. What cool websites do you look at the moment?
Probably my number one web destination is Boing Boing, which is the sort of technology and culture blog. Boingboing.net is a really excellent blog, and it links to loads of other cool things that are on the internet, so worth a look.
What's the worst YouTube video that you've seen recently?
I don't know. I did see a video recently of a cat hiccuping and then farting immediately afterwards. So perhaps in terms of being highbrow, that would be the worst, but that also counts as one of the best, so perhaps that's where those two Venn diagram loops intersect.
What piece of advice would you give to someone that needs some graphic design work at the minute?
I think the first thing that you need to work out is exactly what it is that you need and who it's going to be pitched at. One of the things that I think a lot of people do when they're first moving into like a professional arena is that they rely on their own abilities or that of friends, and they find it very difficult to progress with the work that they're doing simply because they don't have the experience. As with anything like this, just because you can do it yourself doesn't mean necessarily that you should. My opinion is that, and I probably would say this on account of it's my job, but if you want a piece of professional work doing to represent you with professional quality, you should hire a professional to do it.
It's Thursday, so that means it's time to create the Weird Weekly question. Leave all submissions in the section below me. Remember, keep it real. Let me just get my moleskin out rather than the bloody Bart Simpson pad.
Oh, I can't see people with my Bart Simpson pad.
I didn't do anything. What cool websites do you look at the moment? What cool websites do you look at the moment?
Redtube.com.
No.